from an early age, like I think me and you kind of started off like really young, didn't we?
Yeah.
My dad was into music quite a bit, so that kind of came down into us. Like
I think like even for myself, like it was definitely before I started even playing music. Like I think I started playing when I was like 15. I started playing bass.
Well, my dad was kind of in bands, you know, growing up, and that he weren't nothing major or anything. He used to just play guitar around the house and that, and literally like he just started playing, and then he like would listen. And he, to be honest, he has a sick voice. Like it's proper. He used to play recordings to us from when he was younger, and like I remember listening to his recordings and just like I just felt like I was almost cringy, but at the same time it was just like goosebumps. You know what I mean?
Totally.
As soon as I got to like an MPC, when I was like 16, got the drum machine, and I was like, it was either be a chef or make beats every day. And I was like, you know, get paid off it. So yeah, Dad had a sick voice. He was like wrote songs, dead artistic, sick art and things like that.
Okay, sick.
So he was always singing, but he never really had the balls to pursue it. You get me?
Yeah.
So it was kind of frowned upon. Because I was like, I'll happily do that. Do you know what I mean?
You know, as long as it comes from like a real place, as long as the music is real, and like I think you've just got to kind of feel it out. I think if you listen and take too much influence from somebody else, that will obviously portray. But like I think what we kind of do is just like it's real. There's nothing more to it.
Like something in.
I think sometimes, as an artist, you don't really trust yourself. So you listen to someone else and you think, well, that's what I need to do. It's not. It's not. You can take from it. It's a good wave and that, but you've always got to stick with your stuff.
We've had that. We've had a little bit of times to find exactly what it is you want to do. Like I think now, us, like we're ready for whatever we've got. Whatever we've got to say now is what we want to know. Sometimes you get to that point where it's just like, lad,
but at the same
why
time,
am I in this place?
There's little golden nuggets along the way that kind of keep you going. Like if you hear some good news when you're in work and you take your break and there's like, you've got this opportunity now, take it. Then it just kind of gets you. That'll get you through for the next few weeks. You know what I mean? Seriously.
But what we try and get across is like how we write is like everything's took from something one of us have kind of like had happened. Like, and it's like not like I think at first it was like we tried to take from other people because we weren't really doing as much as what we wanted to do. And now, like as a few years have gone on, it's like actually like we've got some shit we've got to say. Like we've got a lot of shit that's gone on in our lives now. So it's like let's get that out. Let's put that into something that we can call art.
Definitely, the story thing is it's a vibe. Like we kind of go to sessions and kind of have something like we have a concept to speak about more than anything, and kind of like it goes off the back of that. But obviously a lot of emotions experienced through these stories
want people to
have to tell
at the same time. So they can like, you know,
if they relate, then it's always going to be good because they'll put your tune on whenever this experience has happened, and you know, put it onto that.
I agree. I don't know, it's hard to. I used to make music just purely on storytelling and like what to get my message out, but I was trying to make too abstract kind of stuff, like make beat changes, and I realised that people like to stay in that vibe. So my stuff's more now on the emotion, like the feeling it gives you. I just feel like it can blow anywhere. So it don't really matter. I think my pop stuff doesn't really represent Manchester. I don't think my rap does either. It's just me. And I don't know. I kind of grew up in Stockport, so I wasn't in the centre of Manchester. So I was just like got on with my own thing. I used to listen to everyone on YouTube, mixtapes from all over the world. So do you know what I mean? You don't just draw influences from one place. I don't think anymore.
So it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it matters anymore.
That's great.
In like, if you look in the rap scene, like Atlanta rappers sound like New York rappers, and it's, do you know what I mean? You'd get slayed for that back in the day. Now it's just all blended. Everyone wants to make everything. You got a lot of trap artists that sound like rock stars now and all this stuff. So I just don't think it matters anymore. You just got to do you, and someone's gonna like it. Someone's gonna hate it.
So I definitely agree with what you were saying, like with the internet and that thing.
In terms of a live thing though, in Liverpool, it's like more driven towards the indie scene because it's tough to break a pop act in Liverpool because It's literally, it's just about the.
But it's similar. Like quite a lot of
bands.
places are similar.
Yeah.
I think Manchester might be this.
I think people just have the idea that live music's just about like electric guitars, drums, you know, this kind of thing. And I think it's just like a totally wrong idea to have. Like.
Yeah, 100% what you're saying as well about being from Stockport. Like we're not from Liverpool, we're from just outside Liverpool, and like trying to get into a circuit that you're not really part of, like, and you've always got that, like, yeah, they're from a bit too far out, so we're not going to go through it. It's a bit like, oh, come on guys.
But that's what's always going to make you different.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of a different blend than everyone else is bang in the middle, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't really worry about that. I mean, I used to, and I think, oh, I don't want to get labelled as an outsider. And then I think, yeah, I do actually.
Basically, anyone can make beats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have the power of the internet, like, so I think when you upload it onto there, it's available from anyone from here all the way to China to America, you know what I mean? So you don't have to kind of like say, I'm going to practice in my garage the traditional way and go out onto the circuit and try and work my way in and network with all these people. I think as long as you're kind of active on social media and people know that you're alive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said before, anyone can make beats, like anyone can put MIDI into Logic and be like, that sounds sick, like, and whether it actually does or not, I don't know, like, but it's like it's got to come from something, like.
I think time will just kind of tell.
Yeah.
I think like if you put the graft in, like when you begin, obviously it's never going to sound perfect. It's a similar situation than yourself, you know. You kind of like, you'll just learn along the way. You'll find tricks of the trade that are going to make you stand out from everyone. I think it's just a sick idea. I think the first time I got asked to play, I did think off the bat that it might just be a typical night, you know what I mean? And then when we came, it was literally like, I think you just had like a little opening kind of chat with everybody, and it was like, we're bringing everything to here, like, you know what I mean? And nobody does that in Liverpool. It's always kind of like, they'll have like segregated nights. This is an indie night, this is a pop night, this is
like when
we came to another event and it was like a DJ set and then like a live band with kind of like, it was a dream life with a bit of like a dance kind of vibe. That was just like an absolute vibe. There was like people there like that were like 70 to like, you know, 18. It was nuts. And then the next one was the Toby one, and then that was just a totally different vibe.
I think it's like what they say, like normally they turn up to gigs and it's like very rock influence, guitar based, and this is just a perfect opportunity to be yourself and not have to worry about how I'm going to fit in with the venue. It's just do whatever you want, do you know what I mean? We've seen, when I came to the one the other night, we had your stuff, and then we had like, how do you pronounce the name?
Even,
yeah, it's completely different. And then like say you got Toby stuff, we got your stuff. You might have a rock band in there, but it's just everything, all genres. So I feel like I fit in. I don't have to worry about. I can maybe throw the rap song as well on the night, like, to see how it goes. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna piss anyone off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, let's enjoy the music.